Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I'm your host, Mark Francis. Don't worry about us ever running out of things to talk about on Palace Intrigue. Prince Andrew is once again facing scrutiny after a photograph emerged showing Jeffrey Epstein in the royal box at Ascot on a day when both Queen Elizabeth II and the Queen Mother were also in attendance. The photo, taken on June 22, 2000, was discovered among Jeffrey Epstein's personal collection at his £60 million Manhattan mansion and reportedly displayed as a symbol of his elite connections. According to the Mirror, Epstein kept the image, showing himself alongside Prince Andrew and Ghislaine Maxwell in the highly exclusive royal enclosure, among other photos of himself with prominent figures like Richard Branson and Mick Jagger. A source said Epstein was making a clear statement. The image was positioned to be seen. It was a clear statement of the access and influence Jeff had cultivated. He wanted everyone and anyone to know he was connected to the royals. The day captured in the photo was no ordinary appearance. It was one when both the late Queen and her mother were present, underlining just how closely Epstein had been brought into royal proximity. The revelation is especially significant given that Andrew used Epstein's Manhattan townhouse as a base during visits to the US, the same residence where Virginia Giuffre alleged she was coerced into sex with the Duke, a claim Andrew has consistently denied. In The Royalist, Tom Sykes shares that he has been sent a full PDF of Andrew Lownie's investigative biography of Andrew and Fergie. Sykes writes, with the context of being the author to finally break the omerta about the real extent of Andrew's voracious sexual appetite, including his callous use of sex workers in Thailand, I was interested to see whether Lownie would tackle two big rumours that have piqued the interest of UK newsrooms for decades. These are, is Andrew bisexual, and does Andrew have HIV? The HIV rumours caused a big media panic, which resulted in the palace having to take the unprecedented step of denying that he had the condition in 1996. We learn that Lownie writes, rumours had circulated for years, with variations on Sarah finding her husband in a compromising position with another man. One national newspaper and ITN had investigated it for 6 months, finding no evidence to support the claims, though that did not prevent various scandal sheets running stories, including one from a maid who had worked at Buckingham Palace for 11 years, in which Sarah had returned one night to find the prince sprawled on a large couch with one of his Navy friends. The prince was wearing his underpants and a shirt. His companion was wearing nothing but socks. An argument had reportedly ensued, with Sarah telling her husband, make up your mind, it's me or your bloody boyfriends, but you can't have both. Meanwhile, on this gossipy day, RadarOnline, which we will observe tends not to cover stories in the same way as some other sources we consider, floated a concern about Kate, suggesting that recent appearances sparked fresh speculation about her recovery. As the story goes, observers were reportedly alarmed by her noticeably fragile frame during an outing to Wimbledon with Prince William and their two eldest children, Prince George and Princess Charlotte. RadarOnline.com reports that palace insiders were shocked by Kate's appearance, with one source saying, Kate is painfully thin and people are worried it's a sign that she is struggling with her recovery from cancer treatment, or worse, she's had a relapse. Her absence from June's Royal Ascot and her markedly reduced presence at public events has fueled speculation that her recovery may be more complicated than initially understood. Word is she's having a difficult time and has no appetite, said the same source, claiming Kate has dropped to around 90 pounds. Kate's last public appearance was at Wimbledon, where photos showed her seated alongside William and the children. One medical expert, Dr. Gabe Mirakin, who has not treated the princess, suggested that significant weight loss can sometimes be linked to cancer treatment side effects or even treatment failure, though there's been no official confirmation from Kensington Palace of any complications in her recovery. For now, the palace remains quiet, and Kate continues to be seen occasionally in public, usually in a very controlled environment. We mentioned in yesterday's podcast a press release that gave the appearance of an appearance, but was really just 2 sentences and old photos from a controlled environment. RadarOnline quotes one source, clearly Kate needs a rest and she needs nourishment. More palace in just a moment. By the way, if you like true crime, check out our other podcast series from your friends here at Keller Shark. It's called Celebrity Trials, and it's a daily podcast about what's going on in the trial system. New stories and old stories, both. Check it out, Celebrity Trials. Prince Harry is said to be utterly devastated following a dramatic boardroom split from the charity he helped create nearly 2 decades ago in memory of his late mother, Princess Diana. The Duke of Sussex has reportedly left the charity Centrebali after a bitter internal dispute and is furious at what he views as a hostile takeover by its chairwoman, Dr. Sophie Chandauka. According to sources close to the Duke, Harry believes Dr. Chandauka has acted in what he described as the poorest taste by invoking his mother's legacy during a power struggle to retain control of the organisation. Friends claim he's spent hours on the phone from California speaking to longtime supporters and warning that the charity may now go down in flames. Harry, who co-founded Centrebali in 2006 to support children affected by HIV in Lesotho and Botswana, is said to consider the loss deeply personal. One source told the Daily Mail's Rebecca English, "He's devastated. This was his life's work, established from nothing, and now he's been forced out." All the Prince Andrew gossip has unfortunately overshadowed the retirement of Tyrone the Horse after 14 years of distinguished service. Buckingham Palace has bid a fond and fitting farewell to one of its most faithful 4-legged servants, Tyrone, a 19-year-old Windsor Grey. He's officially retired after 14 years of ceremonial service with Royal Mews. In a statement posted to social media, the palace wrote, "After 14 years of noble service with the Royal Mews, we are celebrating Tyrone and wishing him a happy retirement." The message described Tyrone as a gentle and dependable giant who served the monarchy during many of its most significant moments. Tyrone's final assignment came just last month when he participated in the state visit of French President Emmanuel Macron. Prior to that, he played a key role in numerous major occasions, including the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla in 2023, where he drew the Diamond Jubilee stage coach to Westminster Abbey, and later the Gold stage coach for their Majesty's return journey. In 2018, he was part of the procession that carried Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on their wedding day. The year before, he led Princess Catherine and her 3 children in the glass state coach during Trooping the Colour. And in 2012, Tyrone began his royal duties pulling the late Queen Elizabeth II's carriage. Now retired, Tyrone will enjoy his well-earned rest at the Horse Trust Sanctuary in Buckinghamshire, where he'll be reunited with his father Storm and sister Meg, both former Royal Service horses. The sanctuary is home to around 120 horses, ponies and mules. Tyrone will be missed by everyone at the Royal Mews, the palace added, but it's wonderful that he'll be reunited with his father and sister. Thank you, Tyrone. Princess Eugenie was all smiles last weekend as she posed for sunny snapshots with pop star Robbie Williams and his wife, Ada Field, during what appeared to be a relaxed getaway at her home in Portugal. Ada shared the images to social media with a simple caption, "Obrigada," Portuguese for thank you, further hinting at Eugenie's role as hostess. The families were seen enjoying beach walks, sightseeing, and even a bit of golf. Their friendship is nothing new. Robbie and Ada's daughter, Teddy, was a bridesmaid at Eugenie's 2018 wedding, and the bond between the princess and the Williamses has remained strong. According to friends, Eugenie sees Robbie as the brother she'd never had. But she does have a sister, Beatrice, who was born at 8:18 p.m. on 8th August 1988. A lot of 8s there. Seems suspicious. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a nice review if you're enjoying the show. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.